Behind the driver's and passenger seats in a Sunbeam Alpine, you've got something that looks like this. And as you can see, it's a cross between a parcel shelf and a rear back seat. It's a bit too small to be classed as a rear back seat, and it's a bit low down to be classed as a parcel shelf. This is the backrest that came off my car. It's got a cable which passes through here, and when you pull this cable, it releases two clips which allow this to be folded down, and then the soft top can be folded behind it, and then you close it back up again. Now the cable on mine, it must have been original. It looked about 60 years old, same as the car. It was all rotten, so I've replaced it with a brand new cable. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to recover this and make it look nice. This backrest was held in place in the car with these pop rivets. The pop rivets went through the material, through the hardboard and into the metal backrest. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put screws through the board to fix it to the backrest. And once the screws are through the board, then I'm going to put the new material on, and then I'm going to fit it back into the car so that you don't see any of the screws. Now I can't remember if I've mentioned this already, but to remove this panel I had to drill out some pop rivets, and when I come to put this back on I don't want to pop rivet it in place. I want it held on with some bolts, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bolts or the screws behind the foam, and the problem that causes is I won't be able to put a screwdriver into the head of the bolt. So to get around that problem, I've got myself some countersunk screws, some countersunk washers. I'm going to glue the washers to the wooden board, put the screws through, and then put a loose nut and a washer on the back and make sure that everything's glued in place so that nothing turns. And then that way, when I put it back on the car, I can put the screws through the pop rivet holes and just put a second lock nut onto the back. And then that way, if I need to take it off in the future, I just undo the lock nuts and the thing comes straight off. And the advantage of that is you don't see any of the screw heads. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's get on with it. So now all the screws are fitted, I just have to fit the material and the padding and it can go back in the car. Well, I've got one last thing to do, and that is to put these rings back in. If I get that wrong, it's all ruined. Let's hope I get it right. Well, it's absolutely ages later and I've managed to get them back in. I got a bit of a panic on. I thought I'm not going to be able to do this, because at first I thought it was going to be quite easy, but that is really difficult because of the padding. There was no padding on it before. But anyway, I've done it. So now, at long last, I can put it back in the car. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next time.